Hello and welcome inside the Midco Sports studio. I'm Darron Wallace, joined by my point guard, the Summit League's Kienan Dixon. And Kienan, after the league's top dog this year on the women's side of things, it was basically a race for second place. The South Dakota State Jackrabbits ran the table in Summit League play. But as you know, when it's March, almost none of that matters.
Yeah, once we come to Sioux Falls, all the chaos can happen. Bring in the madness, Darron.
Yeah, Keenan, and we'll start by taking a look at those Jackrabbits, the 1 seed in this year's Summit League tournament. 18-0, a perfect record in Summit League play, but some of their most impressive wins came outside of the conference, most notably early on a win over, at the time, 4th-ranked Louisville. This is a team with talent all over the floor, headlined by one of the best players in the conference, Maya Sellen. Keenan, people forget this is the same team that was able to hang with the defending national champion South Carolina team in Sioux Falls in the Pentagon just a few months ago.
Yeah, this could be a really exciting tournament for them. And, keep an eye on them. And the number 2 seed, North Dakota State. Evan Hamlin leads the way with 16 points and 5 boards per game. She's coming off a 31-point performance against Western Illinois to end the regular season on a win. The Bison have won 4 straight. They also have freshman Elle Evans and her 13 points per game to lean on. Darron, she scored in double digits in every game but 4 this season.
Yeah, now, Keenan, a lot of people think this year's women's bracket is SDSU and the rest. But North Dakota State, they'll certainly have something to say. They're a 2 seed for a reason. Now, anything can happen in March, like we said. Now, we'll get into the matchups of those teams that'll be playing on Friday. Those top 2 seeds will have a bye. We'll start with 8th-seeded St. Thomas and 9th-seeded Western Illinois. St. Thomas is led by Maggie Nygaard and Jade Hill. This team likes to shoot the 3-ball, and Nygaard does it at a high clip. She made 65 threes on 43% from behind the arc. She was 4th in the league in made threes per game. And the last time the Tommies saw Western Illinois, well, they came out on top with a 14-point win. As for Western Illinois, Anna Dietz does it all for them. She was top 10 in 3-point shooting in the Summit League this year, and the team's leading scorer. The Leathernecks are limping into Summit League tournament play, though. They're on a 3-game losing streak dating back all the way to February 18th. Who did they play on that day? Of course, it was St. Thomas. But like we always say, Keenan, the past doesn't matter when it's playoff time, when it's tournament time. The winner plays the top-seeded Jackrabbits on Saturday.
And let's look at the other matchup on Friday. Number 7 Denver against number 10 Kansas City. Kansas City is struggling with just 3 wins this conference season. Has them at the back of the pack coming into March, and they've lost 8 straight to earn the 10 seed after being the 3 seed last season and getting bounced in the conference semifinals. They have some work to do if they're going to get back to that spot. They have the offensive firepower with 4 players averaging in double digits. The question becomes, can they put it all together against Denver on Friday? The Pios come to Sioux Falls off a loss at Omaha, but the week before, they had one of their biggest results of the season in a win over South Dakota in Vermilion. They showed the grit that is critical to making a run in this tournament, coming back from down 10 to get their first win at South Dakota in 11 tries. The winner between Denver and Kansas City will get the Bison on Saturday.
All right, Keenan, let's move on now to Sunday. I like this matchup a lot. South Dakota and Oral Roberts, the 4 and 5 seed respectively. USD is led by near triple-double machine. She couldn't quite crack that triple-double mark, but she got really close quite a few times this season. Grace Larkins, 3rd in the league in scoring at 17.5 points per game. She's closing in on the single-season record for points scored in a single season at USD. She's got some help, though, from an unexpected source this year, redshirt freshman Carly Duffney. She's been averaging over 14 points a game since being inserted into the starting lineup. They're the defending Summit League tournament champions, but ORU is battle-tested in their own right. They score, and they score a lot, Keenan. One of their most notable results this year was a loss, but it was a loss by 3 points to South Dakota State. The Jackrabbits in Brookings, so they're on the same side of the bracket as the Jackrabbits, and that high-powered offense will get a chance for revenge on Monday if they can get past the Coyotes.
And on Sunday, North Dakota will play number 6 Omaha. Look, the Fighting Hawks are playing better than they have all season. They've won 6 of their last 7, and they've earned their highest seed in the Summit League tournament in their 5 seasons. Casey Borovich has been sensational over this 7-game stretch, helping the Fighting Hawks win 6 of those last 7. They did lose their final game in the regular season on Saturday. Omaha comes to Sioux Falls with hopes of upsetting, as they did a couple years back when they earned a spot in the championship game. Carrie Banks' side beat Denver to end the regular season after losing 3 straight. Elena Pilicuto remains a consistent star in the middle with 13 per game, while Leah Stanley has a flair for the spectacular, hitting clutch shots and making plays when needed.
And that's how we're shaping up before we get to Championship Tuesday. I got to say, it was quite a year. You mentioned all season the hashtag was the rise to the summit. Feels good to be here. Feels good that we get to watch all this amazing basketball this coming week.
Yeah, it really does. And it's an exciting opportunity to showcase what this conference has to show for itself. And, I mean, there's a ton of talent all over the place. Yes, South Dakota State is the best team coming in right now, 18-0 in conference play. It's an incredible season for them. But I think there are some teams that could really shake things up here in Sioux Falls this week.
As they say, Keenan, you got to play the game. Championship Tuesday is set for 1 o'clock Central on ESPNU. That's all the time we have for now. Be sure to check out all the hard-hitting action in Sioux Falls this week.